Kablepi baro syakatup Khuborjylla ke Donbosco Media Network. Imat ki bakongsan mentah ke sini kilong. Wan jurib armut ki ofisar ke Sarkar India ya ke NEHU. Hadirin ke Japan terwa ke Germany yang di Samla Meghalaya balik Trainers. Lais ni yang mirjengmut ki start ke Repariang hakan National Seminar ha yang ban persya ke All India Safe Education Committee yang ke NEP Arhajar Arko. Bermentang ni pai ke Khubor ki bakatnya. Ke Sarkar India kalapha armud ki officer ban jurib ya ki Jymmang jo ke school ba North Eastern Hill University NEHU hadin ke jingya ki ke seng ki Samla pule North Eastern Hill University Students Union NEHU su bat ke seng kinong hikai North Eastern Hill University Teachers Association NEHU ta habasdang ke senam pule academic year Arhajar Arpusan haki benai ke ayom per Kini armud ki officer ki kenthop ya u additional secretary Sunil Kumar Branwal bat u Subrat Kumar Pradhan Director Department of Higher Education ban pen bat bishar bha ya ki Jymmang ha kani ke school ba. Hadin bakilawat benya kini armud ki officer kin sapha ya ki report jongki shaki bor bahajrong jong tenat education jong Sarkar India. U Professor Lakhon Kama President kan NEHU ta ulayathu bakaseng kinong hikai jong kani ke school ba. Kila bu ya ki jingdawa bat jingkerpat ki ba syai kedar sya kini armud ki officer jong ke Sarkar India. Ulaong ba kani ke school ba kam kwa shu ya Professor Prabha Shankar Shukla ban wan shimti biang ya ke shuki Vice Chancellor ha kani ke school ba. U Professor Lakhon Kama ulapan pau de ki ktien ki ba syai kedar baki nong hikai bar ki Samla pule ki kwa bakan ne ke school ba kan wan pai syaka Jyllong ba jai bat basuk basan khnang ba ki jing pule kin yat bet yat renti ulaong. U Professor Lakhon Kama ulaya thuru baka Sarkar India kala penkre ban wanra ki jingkala ha kini ki tayo bat ki benai ban wan daga ba pensyong nong rib ya ki report jong kini armud ki officer ki bawan jurib ha ka arpu artarik Jymmang ha ne ha Shillong. Layathu kini armud ki officer ki dang wat jingtip ya ki jingja baro bat kin saai ka report kumba ki shem na kane ka school ba. Ha ka wei pat kaliang kinoyalam jo ka NEHU su baralam khmat do Samla Riki de Buram Bamon kilapan pau ke jing sngongu ya ki bor jong ka Sarkar India ki bala sngap ya ki jing kerpa jong ki bat menta kilapha ya kini ki armud ki officer ban wan jurib ya ka jing shisha fact finding mission ha kane ka school ba. Usamla Riki de Buram ulayathu hadin ba layamir jingmut bat kini armud ki officer ki jingya kran kilalong ki badon akor ki bayat bet yat renti kini ki officer kilapan ya ka jing sngotu ya ki jing bat ki jing dan kam bakerki ban penbet hanehu. Uni Samla ulapan pau hakmat jong kini ki armud daga baong ngila ai jing mud syaki officer jong ka Ministry of Education bakin yarap ban wanra ya ka jing suk bat jing jai ha kani ka school ba. Kino yalam ka NEHU su kila banjur daga baong day ban ailat show yo Professor Prabha Shankar Shukla ban wan pai kum u Vice Chancellor ka NEHU hakmat kini armud ki officer. Usamla Riki de Buram ulay thuru hakini armud ki officer ki pat ba ka Meghalaya kila Kenyo Professor Prabha Shankar Shukla kum ubre ubamdon ikhtiar show persona non grata.
And the second one was with NEHU. It was a very fruitful discussion because the whole idea was look like the team came here to assess the situation that how we are doing with or without the regular VC and certainly now without the regular VC. And I think we could convey the problem in the first meeting was the problem of the department and the school as such. But when we said as NEHU just now, we highlighted and they know. What is important, I don't have to repeat, I think you all have been here since November last year and you know what has happened. And certainly they also know that it has become very, very untenable for him to even let's say think of returning to campus for sure. But what will be the solution is still being worked out, that how do we resolve this matter, because apparently they are keen to resolve the matter, and we are also as a university, as teachers association, I think we are very keen to resolve this so that the impasse actually goes off. There has been some modalities that seems to be on the plate, but we have not yet finalized on any of those. Naturally, they have finished meeting us, they are meeting NEHU and after the NEHUNSA and other stakeholders. The only thing is we are positive after meeting them that seems like they are willing to find a solution so that NEHU comes back to normalcy. And that is where I would I don't want to add anything more, because things are only evolving, because they are still here for next 4-5 hours. So probably before they leave, we should have a fair idea of what kind of solution we are looking at, keeping in mind that it is almost untenable for Professor Shukla, and we have made it very, very clear in no uncertain terms. We have made it very clear that his coming back here should not be an option at all. Should not be an option at all.
Well,
so did you inquire why is the report
Ministry,
not yet submitted till now?
Education Ministry.
Yeah, indeed, we have asked, and they don't seems to have any reply, because they said yes, it is being investigated. But I feel that probably they didn't convey us, because we indeed started the meeting, that before we start the meeting, please tell us what is the outcome of that inquiry committee. But they said that no, we have finished the inquiry, we are still studying. But look like apparently they have already made up their mind, but what it is exactly, they are still not sharing with us. But we can only read between the lines. But they have not categorically said what is the outcome of that committee.
Did Professor Shukla attend the meeting through video conference?
No, certainly not. I don't think it is proper or it will be appropriate for him, because this committee independently came here to assess the situation, that when he is not here, what is the situation and what is the problem being faced by the university.
Kajing khang kalap plie biang nagbanta ki Samla Meghalaya ki bala pendap ya kajing puli nursing ban letre sha Germany kum kinong tre hak jaka ai jing sumar bat ki hospital ha kate khari. Laban kedau hang ni baki ladon bon bha ki Samla ka Jylla ki bala letre sha ki wei kiri kum ke Japan bat Singapore lengba ka jing pli la jong ka sarkar Jylla. Dang ha ka ni ka sngi Menteri Rangba ke Jylla Konrad ke Sangma ula pli pat ba ya ka jing ai jing hikai ya ka ktien German bala tip kum ka German language training program naga banta ki Samla ban letre sha bari ka bala penlong ha Shillong Tech Park. Ya ka program la kershan da Meghalaya State Skill Development Society lengba ka Department of Labour, Employment and Skill Development ka ba pentibit ya ki Samla bala pendap ya ka jing puli nos bakin la banai trei ha Germany. Habakran ha ka kesngi Menteri Rangba ulaong ba ka Jylla kan ai ka jing kershan ka ba pura ya ki Samla ha ka jing hikai knang bakin la ban yo kam shabari. Uong menshwa ki kimi ki kpa ki artate nakadaw ka jinglut bat ka jing shngan. Henry mentapat ki shngan baka sarkar ka shim ya ka jingkit kli. Ka Society for Community Mobilization for Sustainable Development, New Delhi, rengkat ka jing snok ktilang ka Central Agricultural University Imphal, kalapan long ya ka National Seminar balai sngi, arpuar hadu arpu South rek Jymmang, ha College of Postgraduate Studies in Agricultural Sciences, Omyam. Kaphang ya mer jingmut ha ka ni ka seminar ka long, kalawe ka rep karyang, ki kor gibor, ban kentiu ban penne syaka lawe bajngai, futuristic agriculture, technology, sustainability and beyond. Ki jing emir jingmut bat jing puliu jing start ha ka rep karyang, kinlong kumno ban pendap bam ya ki iwei pon sau billion ngut ki shintur jang ki pat nong shong shnong kari India. Kani ka jing don kam bam jang ki pat ba, kadai ban krisiu thia, ban pen klanya ka rep karyang, da ki buit start jong kane ka juk. Ha ka jingkran play ya kane ka national seminar u Dr. Sanjay Kumar Chairman Agricultural Scientists Recruitment Board ASRB New Delhi Kumukong San Ulaong Kajingdon kam jongkari India menta kalong ban penne ban kentiu ya karep karyang ban penbiang jingbam ya ki 1.6 billion ngut ki paj nong shong shnong ulapan kan mau kari India kala laj na kajing kerdu bam wat lada kari barok kawe kala mat ya klam COVID-19 kabala singit ya karep karyang bat ka ki ka kamai jong ki paj ba henrei don bayap tangan na kajing kerdu bam Ngilamat ikitma kipad ba kim kerdu bam. Lakat taru ulaong kari kanang roy kibriu kinang bun dan kamban penkre ya kani dakaba penjanai berkentiu ya karep karyang. Hakani ka national seminar lawan syembenta da ki scientist ki start karep karyang ki nong rep bapau khmat na keleng kari India bat da ki nong hikai bat ki Samla puli haki skul ba karep karyang. U Dr. Sanjay Kumar ula kentu ki Samla ban terus ki kamrep ban penbha ya ki rukom khai pateng bat ka de ka thet marketing ya ki marem ki Samla hadu menta ula ong kim pada Shillong ban terus ka rep karyang henrei de ka ne ka kam ka bawan ra bon ki jing mentoy bat ki jing yo nong ula ong ru kari India kala pen kre ban hiar sha ubnai ban terus jan kasni ya kini ki jing thmu amla ban pen urlong lada ki breu ki im ha ka jing thangan bat jing thli ki khpo ulama hamru daga baong wat lada kari India kala pahu ba menta dang don bon million ngut ki breu ki badang im shiteng khpo malnutrition ulaong ru bon ba ki pad ba kari India wat ki ba labit labiang kayo ka kot ki im ha ka vitamin D deficiency ula kentui ki start ki scientist ki nong hikai bar ki Samla pule bar tur shakmat ban penroy bat kentiu ya karap karyang ban penbiang bam ya ki pat ba jong kani kari
establishing our satellite observatory. Today we are thinking of landing on the moon. Today we are thinking of taking picture of the sun. I think and at center of that had been the agriculture. Probably at times we don't realize how important work we all are doing. So I think that's what agriculture is all about. When we say agriculture and national prosperity, today you saw this time when the war took place, again science and technology came in the forefront, which saved our nation and which saved our livelihood. During COVID, our agriculture saved everybody. So science and technology, and particularly agriculture, one cannot deny. But at the same time, we cannot be happy with the current situation. Like we all are aware, the way we are increasing in numbers, like one of our experts mentioned that our genetic gain is hardly 1%. We want to enhance 2.4%, at least by 2050. Time window is very short. And that is need of the hour. If we have to meet 1.7 at least billion people in India by 2050, we have to do that. If you don't work on taking care of the genetic gain, I think how can we achieve our goals? So I think that is one very important component that we feel we should be thinking of. Second issue, probably at times we tend to forget, is about malnutrition. If you, all of us who are sitting in this hall, I bet you go and check your vitamin D levels. You tell me how many of you are near to normal. All of you will be below normal. And here, don't we think that our agriculture system, either through mushroom technology or any some such technology which are enriched with vitamin D, because our habits are not like that, that we don't take sun bath. Earlier our farmer used to be always taking sun bath. So they never had vitamin D deficiency. Our skin is the natural synthesizer of vitamin D. So our agriculture scientists, they have a challenge to meet malnutrition. So you have crops for biofortification, whether it is for zinc, iron, these are very well defined. But we always have to remember that this malnutrition is also a very important component that we should take care. Dr. Sharmaji raised a very important point on veterinary science. But very important issue about veterinary sciences. We are 1.4 billion, and if you add all livestock, poultry together, that is also close to 1.4 billion. They are as good as our population. For us, we have malnutrition program. For us, we have midday meal program. But for our that 1.4 other half, what we have, we are feed deficient country. I think we need to take care of our feed situation.
Kinongalam kakunhon All India Safe Education Committee na Meghalaya chapter haka arpu artarik Jymmang kasngi kha ukraw perkhat bapaw nam kari India Raja Ram Mohan Roy ubala sandur bat wanra ya kajing light luit haka perkhat perdan bat haka pule puthi kala penlong ya kajing perta persha ya kajing le jong sarkar India kabala wanra jubor ya kajing kala haka policy National Education Policy 2020 NEP 2020 hapadeng ka klam COVID-19 klem da yatai ha parliament Lok Sabha bat Rajya Sabha bat klem da yo kajing menjur na ki sarkar Jylla kinongalam ka All India Safe Education Committee ha kani sngi kila batai kinong rim baki ya persha ya kani kajing le jong ka sarkar India kabala wanra e kajing kala ha ka pule puthi ban bit ban biang ki he pat kari India bat ka thom da ka bor ya ki rit pat ha baro kiliang halor kani ka phang ki jingetai kindang bun ha ka ba ki pat ba kin yo ban mir jingmut ya kani ka phang pule puthi education ka riti sanshar kari India Constitution of India ka bo ha ka concurrent list jong ki mat trekam kani ka mon ka sarkar Jylla ka don hok ban penyat ban yarap ban bu bed bu renti ya ki kendon trekam baro kumjuru ka sarkar India kala ban le kumjo ha ki school ki college bat ki university ba ka seng henrei lengba ke NEP 2020 ka sarkar India ka thom da ka bor ya ki Jylla bat ka wanra ya kani ka policy bat thamai bat batha ban pentrekam ya ka All India Safe Education Committee ka persha jur ya kani ka jingle ka sarkar India.
The All India Safe Education Committee will be releasing this draft People's Education Policy as an alternative to the NEP 2020. And as we know that the Union government, which was in power in the year 2020, adopted the National Education Policy 2020 at a time of the COVID-19 pandemic, only through a cabinet decision, without placing it on the floor of the parliament for meaningful discussion and debate. However, the All India Safe Education Committee, being of the firm opinion that this NEP 2020 will destroy the entire education system in India and is in the forefront of the struggle against the NEP 2020. And today, as we mark the birth anniversary of Raja Ram Mohan Roy, who pioneered the Indian Renaissance movement and who paved the way for modern education in India, the Meghalaya chapter of the ISEC is also releasing here in Shillong, the state capital of Meghalaya, and simultaneously in all the state capitals of the country, as well as in the national capital, New Delhi. We are releasing the draft People's Education Policy as an alternative to the NEP.
Once we introduce the new education policy. But the question is, criticism is not enough. If you say NEP is bad, then what should be the education? What kind of education we need, which is better for us, that we should be able to state. And that is what the ISEC, All India Safe Education Committee, has come out with. It is coming out with a people's alternative to NEP. And it is showing where we need to concentrate and where we need to focus. If you see the document, you will find a description of everything. Why do we need this people's education policy? What should be the guiding principles and values that should govern education? How should there be the structure of education? What kind of preschool education or school education or higher education or teachers education that we should have? And it also talks about the financing of part of the education policy, and shows how the government of India and also the state governments are reducing funds allocations for education.
Menteri Rangba Konrad ke Sangma hakajing bun kam. Ula sei borba ela kabut kabor hakini ki khendiat tayo da kaba ula lejngo ekishnong ba pher haki than nong kondong ki ba ha East Khasi Hills, Jantia Hills, Ribhoi, West Garo Hills, bat ki we de ki district. Haka arpu artarik Jymmang, Menteri Rangba ula hyar Jirang ban lejngo dala ki jongki khmat ya ki jinglong jingman jongki shnong hakani kathan. Ula lejngo ru ya ka Garo LP School kabadon Hanong Spung Jyrang kabala seng bat sedang nadu kasnem khat khandai spa hinyo po honrio. Kani ka school kaladon kam ban maramot namar ka yat lenti bun snem bat kala sedang ban jot ban pay ban yada yaki khna rit hakani kaliur ban wan. Lasen ran ya Menteri Rangba ada uba Sostinus Sotun MLA bat ki reu Rangba na Jyrang. Da ka jinkmen lapadiang burom yakini kinong yalam da kinong hikai ki khana school bat ki longkme longkpa nasionong nongspung Jyrang. Menteri Rangba Konrad ke Sangma ula kular ban maramot yakani ka school bat ban kentiu yaka syaki kerdan ki bakham shajrong.
We are here in Jyrang area in Nongspung A village, and this is part of my tour today of Jyrang area along with our Honorable MLA, and we're visiting some of the areas and schools and villages just to meet the people and to understand different challenges that they're facing. Here in Nongspung A village, as you can see behind me, there is a LP school and an SSA UP school, and a lot of challenges are there because the building is in a very bad condition, and therefore along with the Honorable MLA, we have decided to work together and provide them in a phase-wise manner new infrastructure, and I have promised that. So along with my CMSDF scheme, along with whatever support from the MLA as well as from the SSA scheme, we will try and build up this infrastructure in a phase-wise manner at the earliest. Apart from that, of course, which I always have been doing, I believe that the students should be engaged in extracurricular activities. So we have also promised them some music instruments and sports equipments. Some of them I brought along with me this time, so I have handed over one small acoustic guitar, and I was so happy to see one of the youngsters, in spite of not having any access to any instruments, he still was able to pick up and play the different keys, and it's very encouraging, and I hope that I'll be able to give them more opportunities by providing them better equipments, music equipments in the future. But it is very nice to be here today. This is my first visit ever to this part of the constituency in this part of the state, and I can see that there are a lot of challenges. We may not be able to resolve everything in one go, but hopefully our visit will at least give some relief and we'll be able to do some good for the people who are living in this area. Thank you. Government schools, government LP schools, government UP schools were given no fund. It is only when our government came. I was given application. I mean, I was given a presentation, and they said it's going to cost 3,000 crores to repair all the government LP schools, government UP schools, government secondary, government high secondary, and government colleges. 3,000 crores. So I don't know what to do, where to start. But then I said, let's start somewhere. And that's when I started preparing the schools, LP schools. Today, after 7 years, we have finally managed to finish most of the schools. Another 300 are left now. My point being that the reason why the officers had to write to you like that is because even government LP schools were in the same condition. When government LP schools only we cannot repair, how to do others? That was the whole problem. So it's not that they didn't want to do, but the problem was there was limited fund. We were facing huge challenge. We took up that challenge, and today after 7 years, we finally have got all the government LP schools almost done. So now I'm looking at the other non-government, SSA, ad hoc, deficit. Now slowly waiting. That's why I've come to see your place. I'll see what I can do, and I'll try to help.
Thank you.
Okay?
Badaki tu ki Khubor ngila poy siya kabakon, tarhado bangin daya siyang biyang Khublay Shibon.